Hi, second grade. It's Valerie from the Putnam County District Library. You might remember me used to come over with your first grade class and I'd read you guys some stories and we would talk about different authors. This year we're going to continue that. We're going to continue talking about different types of authors and different kinds of genres. And then I'm going to send you, your class, different collections of books that you guys can pick and choose what you would like to check out yourselves. So our first author that we're going to discuss for second grade is David Adler. So David Adler graduated from Queens College. He had a BA in economy and education, and he had a license for math and history. During his time in college, he met his wife, and eventually they had their first child. And during that time, he started writing his first book. So he took a leave of what they call paternity leave for fathers, and his wife went back to work, and he spent that first year getting to know his child and writing his very first book. And that's when he wrote the first Cam Jansen book. Over the years, he's wrote several different series. We got the Young Cam Jansen series, the Cam Jansen series, and there's several other ones that we're going to talk about today. Eventually, he went back to working full-time, but mostly he was working full-time writing. He did do a little teaching on the side as well. And then he started writing books that were nonfiction too. So he's a very prolific writer. He's wrote both fiction and nonfiction. He was fascinated with the Holocaust, so he's got a Holocaust book out there. He's got some biographical books about various people, and he's got some history about American history and Civil War history and all kinds of fascinating books. But this is a little bit, I'm going to read a little something to you. It's called David on David. So this is David talking about himself. I'm the second of 6 children. All of our ages are very close in age. My parents encouraged each of us to be individuals. It was their way of lessening the competition between us kids. As a child, I was known as the family artist. I was also a painter and a drawer. I did when I was young, as 12. I still hang in my parents' home, and I still am very creative. I draw funny signs that I taped around the house. I also made up stories to entertain my younger brothers and sisters. One sister's favorite story was about a girl who planted flowers in her shoes. I'm still making up stories today. We lived in a large house with a whole unused 3rd floor, unused except for storage for our extended family. For 30 years, my parents kept an otherwise unused room, unwanted wedding gifts belonging to a relative who moved overseas, an electric fan, dishes with a strange bird pattern, luggage, pots, and lots of cups and glassware. And when the relatives returned to the States, he was surprised my parents had kept all of that. And he and his wife still didn't want all of those gifts. But what a wonderful room to crawl between the boxes and suitcases and imagine all the stories that I could tell. I never thought I would become a writer. I graduated college in '68 with my license to teach history and math. And I taught math and I taught history for a while. And I went to graduate school, and I also drew cartoons, and I even sold a few. In 1971, my 3-year-old nephew came to my house and asked me a question, and he kept asking the questions. And when he left, I had those questions swirling in my head, and that led to me publishing the very first book, The Little Bit at a Time. The questions that children ask me are those that intertwine with all of my stories. So this has become my process, my way of writing. That's a little bit about David Adler. So let's start with some of his books. So as we mentioned, one of the books series that he's most known for is his Cam Jansen series. And this is the first one I'm going to share with you guys. This is Cam Jansen and the Wedding Cake Mystery. Now, you will notice that all of the Cam Jansen books do have a number on them. This one happens to be number 30. You do not have to read them in any order because they always give you a recap of what's going on with the different characters in the book. So, who would steal a wedding cake? When the senior center holds a talent show, everyone enjoys Cam Jansen's memory tricks and cookies from Ken's Bake Shop. But during the show, a wedding cake goes missing from Ken's truck just hours before the wedding. Who's the thief? Will the police find the cake in time? Or can Cam use her photographic memory to solve this sweet mystery? So this is considered, it's not considered an easy reader. This is actually considered a juvenile fiction book, and it is at a 3-point AR level, and it's worth 1 point. Another one of the series that goes along with Cam Jansen, this one came out after Cam Jansen. This is the younger version of Cam Jansen. This was young Cam Jansen, and this one happens to be The Lion's Lunch Mystery. A field trip to the zoo seems like fun for Cam Jansen and her classmates until lunchtime. Everyone else's sandwich is safely delivered, but Danny's can't find his anywhere. Did the lions eat it? Click. Only Cam and her amazing memory can crack this mystery. And again, they do have a number associated with them, but that's okay. You don't have to read them in any kind of order. This is a AR level of a 2.6 for second graders, and it is worth half of a point. And you'll have several of these to choose from. Okay, another one of his series and this one happens to be number 5. This is from the Bones series. And this one's The Bones and the Birthday Mystery. What happened to Grandpa's birthday present? Jeffrey's parents bought something special for Grandpa's birthday. They tell Jeffrey he'll like it too. Jeffrey wonders what it is. By the time they arrive at the party, he wonders where it is. The gift has disappeared. Will Detective Jeffrey Bones solve the birthday mystery? Will he find Grandpa's gift? And this one is for new readers as well. It's a little lower. It's a 2.1 level. And it's worth half of a point as well. But there's several of these in your collection. The last series from David Adler that I'm going to talk about is from the Houdini Club Magic Mystery. This is the Houdini Club Magic Mystery. So if you like magic, you've heard of Houdini, a very famous magician, you might want to consider this one. This is the Onion Sundays. Again, you don't have to read them in any kind of order. They're just some fun magic mysteries. My money's gone. When a crime wave hits the super big and super friendly supermarket, it's up to Herman Houdini, foster magician, near genius, and 9-year-old kid, and his cousin Janet Perry to stop it. But can they solve the case of the shopping cart crook before their ice cream melts? Solve a mystery and learn a magic trick. And again, you don't have to read in order. This is a 3.3 AR reading level, and it's worth 1 point. Okay. Now, I mentioned that he also wrote nonfiction books. And so I have a couple of nonfiction books I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to read them to you, but I'll tell you what they're about. So he did write some biographies. He wrote some biographies on Edison and Eisenhower, also Amelia Earhart. That's this one right here. Amelia Earhart is a famous woman who conquered some flying challenges. So you can read about people, real life people that, actually live today. Now these are a little higher. They'll give you a chance to kind of read a little beyond your reading level. But this is a 5 reading level and worth a half a point. Now on a slightly fun, a little more fun, is this one is Fun with Roman Numerals. And each classroom collection has one of these. One is about Roman numerals and the other one's about shapes. Okay, so this is going to introduce you to what a Roman numeral is. So you can see these on the back of what a Roman numeral might look like. So this might be something that your teacher might want to share with the whole entire class. Okay, so that's just some little snippets. So in your classroom collection, you're going to have all of the different David Adler books to choose from. Plus, you're going to see several other books that I chose special for second and third graders. There's just some fun things that you might enjoy reading, and you guys can pick and choose what you feel is what you would like to read. Okay? And until next month, there'll be another one in October and another new classroom collection. You guys have a great day.